Missouri Valley starts the final month of the semester with a celebration and continues its plan for the graduation celebration at the end of the month. This is KMVC News. I'm Marina Diaz. For the second consecutive KMVC broadcast and the fourth consecutive week, Missouri Valley isn't reporting any active COVID-19 cases on campus on its dashboard. The lack of cases helped in Missouri Valley's athletic department's decision to open up attendance to Missouri Valley students for this month's outdoor sports events. And Valley is continuing its plan for a face-to-face graduation ceremony on May 1st. Social distancing and masking protocols still apply for attendance to sporting events, and tickets to graduation are required, but it's a difference from when no students were allowed to attend events heading into March. Around this time last year, many student athletes found out that they would not be continuing their seasons due to COVID-19. Since then, sports have resumed, and while some games have been canceled or rescheduled, Valley has not been the reason for any COVID-related game cancellations since the first week of October. Vince Federowicz says that many athletes and coaches are taking COVID-19 seriously, and that is a big contributing factor for the ongoing low case count on campus and athletic schedules staying intact.
Obviously, if you go through campus, you'll see some people that are wearing face masks and some people that aren't, but for the majority of people, they are wearing face masks and they are socially distancing. Another thing that's kind of helped out the second semester is that a lot more people have been vaccinated, whether it's staff, faculty, or students. I think that has a little bit of a part.
Against Lance, Cody Jackson.
The head men's basketball coach, Chad Lance, says that following the different guidelines and procedures set into place by the school and the Heart of America Conference helped their shortened season run smoothly.
And that we wanted to do is make sure that, while you can never control it, you want to make sure that you do your part to make sure that any cancellation or pauses in your season is not due to any irresponsible acts by you or the others that are around you. So, we talked about, maintaining ourselves on campus on the weekends, whether or not we went home. And, we just tried to explain to them that we already had a shortened season and let's not make it any shorter than we need to.
Missouri Valley College has not had to cancel any games due to COVID-19 since the beginning of the year. And it looks like they will continue to play as the COVID-19 dashboard has stayed in the single digits since the start of the spring semester. The Missouri Valley College COVID-19 dashboard is on moval.edu. Missouri Valley College announced the Scholar Awards for 2021. The students selected must be graduating in the current academic year with at least a 3.3 GPA and be nominated by a faculty member. KMVC's Scott Beasley reports on what it takes to become a Missouri Valley College Scholar.
If you can achieve this during a global, worldwide pandemic, what's going to stop you in the future?
Missouri Valley College honored 29 students this year for the 2021 Scholar event in the Malcolm Center.
Busy, but I'm really good. I've always been good with time management skills, and so I feel like the more busy I am, the faster it goes by, which helps out a lot.
Ryan said it was his goal to be at the top of his class since his freshman year.
And there's more to it than just like double sport, double major. Like I have my internship at Great Circle for sociology. That's 150 hours in 14 weeks instead of 16. And then I'm resident assistant off campus. My goals for this would be to, this summer I have an internship for AmpSmart. And if that goes well, that could really help my future and help me succeed and get to what I want in life. And then going on, I really think I have a really good shot in getting into grad school. And so I really want to go to grad school and preferably sports psychology, maybe health psychology, and then if those don't work out, marriage and family. Those are kind of the options I'm weighing right now. I definitely want to go to grad school because with my psych major, you have to have a master's if you want to get anywhere in the psychology academia world. And then after that, just be a supportive Valley alum.
Ryan says his goal is to graduate from Missouri Valley College and attend a grad school in California. Scott Beasley, KMVC News.
The 2021 Ed Leslie Lamp of Knowledge winner was Chanel Tolley. All Scholar Award winners are invited to write an essay about what Valley means to them for the award. A committee decides the winner of the award named by Ed Leslie, the longtime Valley professor and one of the forces behind the creation of the Scholar Awards. Missouri Valley dancer Miyu Shito was named NAIA Dance All-American for the second time for her work on Valley's competitive dance team. KMVC's Leland Harvey reports on what it takes to win the national award twice.
Becoming an All-American is an achievement many people may never see, so it goes without saying that becoming a two-time All-American is truly impressive. Miyu Shito says that it took a lot of planning and hard work.
For dance All-American, you have to do tryout, and it's individual thing, and your coach cannot help you with it. So it's all on you, and you have to run the choreography by yourself, and you have to work on your tricks and times. So it's everything on you. So
Miyu's hard work and dedication does not go unnoticed by her team and program.
She's a dream to work with, and I will greatly miss when she graduates next December. She's incredibly hardworking, focused, dedicated, and talented. And anything that I give her, she's going to rise to the occasion.
Miyu says her desire to win caused her some stress before the event.
I was relieved because I was so stressed working on it and keep thinking about it. And yeah, I felt pressure because I was on the media and news and stuff in Japan. I was like, I have to get it. So yeah, it was stressing, but as soon as I got it, I was so relieved.
Hard work certainly pays off, and Miyu Shito is a prime example of that. Leland Harvey, KMVC News.
Shito is a junior and has another year of eligibility to dance, which gives her the opportunity to try for All-American status for a third year. Shito is a part of the Repertory Dance Ensemble, and their spring concert is streaming on April 8th through the Viking Sports Network channel. The concert begins at 7:30. And here to talk about sports is Cooper Bryant.
Thank you, Marina. The Missouri Valley Vikings men's volleyball team ended its conference season with a loss in the semifinals of the Heart of America Athletic Conference Tournament on March 31st. The Vikings were swept by the Park University Pirates, falling 25-17, 25-18, and 25-15. The Pirates would lead the Vikings in every statistical category, holding the Vikings to just 21 kills throughout all three sets, and tallying 26 digs to the Vikings' 17 in the contest. The Vikings' offensive leader Simone Jolly and Maxine Condoracci were held to only 14 combined kills, with Jolly having 6 and Condoracci with 8. Vikings libero Joao, Vitor, Bonanoni tallied just 6 digs for the Vikings in their 3-set defeat to Park University. With the loss, the Vikings now fall to 17-5 overall.
Sends this one down the left.
KMVC's Adam Balkin gives us an inside look into this one-of-a-kind season and tells us about the team's hopes to get into the national tournament.
One team, one goal. The Missouri Valley men's volleyball team had a one-of-a-kind season as they cruised through the regular season and made it to the semifinals, but unfortunately lost to number 8 Park, 3-0. Regardless of the loss, head coach Omar Sanchez won Coach of the Year, and player Joao Vitor Bonanoni won Defender of the Year, along with other players being named First Team All-Conference. Bonanoni says with this team's success, other teams in the conference would take them more seriously.
Just trying to be in the middle of the teams, like, oh, let's try to get like the number 6 in the conference. So like small goals, And now we're feeling that we can achieve that. We can be at the top. We can go to a nationals tournament.
Right side hitter Michael Massaki says that there is no individual big players. They all play together to win.
Compared to the other season, we don't have like that many individual like big player, but we found a way to just bring everybody together.
The Missouri Valley men's volleyball team will now wait for a possible at-large berth into the 2021 NAIA Men's Volleyball National Championship. The 12-team field will be announced April 12th. Adam Balkin, KMVC News.
The loss dropped Missouri Valley to 17-5 on the season, while Park advanced to the finals of the Hart Postseason Championships at Grandview. The Grandview Vikings defeated Park and won the Hart Postseason Tournament. The Missouri Valley women's soccer team topped Clark University 5-0 on Saturday to keep their nationals hopes alive.
The Vikings hosted the pride of Clark University on April 3rd in the first round of the Heart of America Athletic Conference Women's Soccer Tournament. The Vikings' Nicole Rubio would net the first of 2 early goals and would keep the pressure up throughout the contest.
Honestly, I felt like we were pushing before scoring the goal, but when I scored, I feel like more comfortable since we had like the possession and that stuff. and I think we were wanted to like score another goal and yeah, go for it.
The Vikings would ride the early momentum from those 2 early goals all the way to the final whistle at the end of 90 minutes. The Vikings defense held the Pride to a shutout led by the work of sophomore goalkeeper Marina Berneda and freshman defender Paula Sanabria, who netted a goal for the Vikings as well. Missouri Valley senior goalkeeper Hannah Von Hagel says that she's excited for the team and really excited to see how far they can go in her last year at Valley.
I think it's very beneficial for us to have a really good home opener game. It's nice to see so many people wanting to come out and support the women's team throughout the season, and then having them come out and watch us again in April was fantastic.
The Vikings travel to Baldwin City, Kansas on April 7th to face Baker University in the next round of the conference tournament. If Missouri Valley beats Baker and Benedictine knocks off top-seeded Central Methodist, the Vikings would host the championship game on April 10th. Missouri Valley College Powerlifting begins their run at the USA Powerlifting Collegiate Nationals on April 8th. The contest runs for 4 days, with each day separated for a different weight class. The Vikings had 27 powerlifters travel to the event. The live links to the event are at the usapowerlifting.com website. Missouri Valley Women's Lacrosse began a 4-game stand away from home with a win against Midland University on March 26th. The Vikings would trade back-and-forth leads with the Warriors in the first half before heading into the locker room. But the second half was all Valley, as the Vikings would outshoot Midland 26-6 in the second half and net 8 goals to secure their win against the Warriors. Missouri Valley was led by the scoring of Kylie Hodgson, Kaylee Eichelhoff, who each netted 4 goals in the contest. Hodgson would go 11 for 17 on draws, and the Vikings would go 21 for 27 in total in the contest. The Vikings would win 3 of their 4 games on the road, only losing to the William Penn Statesmen 11-10 in overtime. The Vikings moved to 4-4 on the season and host Clark University on April 9th on Greg Mitchell Field. The Missouri Valley men's lacrosse team traveled to Midland University on March 26th to kick off a 3-game away stand. The Warriors would come out hot out of the gate and lead the Vikings 3-0 at the end of the first quarter. Darren Thompson would break the scoring drought for the Vikings early in the second quarter to make it 3-1 to the Warriors. Zach Boschert would score late in the second quarter to give the Vikings some juice going into the break. Down 6-4, Valley would come out roaring out of the locker room, scoring 3 straight goals from Cole Eichelhoff, Noah Reff, and Tyler Yetka to take a 1-goal lead. But the Warriors would go on their run of their own, putting home 4 goals straight in the fourth quarter. The Vikings would close out the game with 2 goals, but it's just too little, too late again, and the Vikings fall 12-9 to the Warriors. The Vikings are in action next on April 9th when they take on the Clark University Pride on Greg Mitchell Field. Another of the spring sports affected by the 2020 COVID cancellations was the tennis team, which was on the road when everything was shut down. KMVC's Erica Moreno reports on how the 21 tennis teams are using those cancellations as motivation.
During the beginning of the pandemic in 2020, it affected multiple collegiate sports that were in season at the time. The Missouri Valley College men's and women's tennis teams were greatly affected. They were at their yearly spring break competition when they had to cut the competition short and return to the campus. Although this was a hassle, they are planning to make the most out of the spring 2021 season.
We're moving in the right direction as far as that goes, but it has been a challenge in terms of just taking precautions with social distancing and wearing masks and lots of different things. But I feel like we've been able to keep everybody safe and still get to play quite a few matches. So we're glad for that.
Although it's tough to be a freshman and be an All-American, it isn't impossible. Carney says that it's a little hard to be an All-American when you are barely a freshman at the collegiate level. However, he has some women tennis players who are veterans and know their sport well.
It feels incredible to return back to the courts after such a rough season in 2020. Having been able to play tennis for a long time, coming back in the fall semester has been spectacular. Being able to play and go against teams that we've not been playing throughout the season, other teams, has been phenomenal.
Daxon is so excited to be able to be in the tennis courts this year, and she couldn't be more happier to actually be competing her senior year. Erica Moreno, KMVC News.
Both tennis teams were ranked in March. They've fallen from the rankings, but are still receiving votes.
The men's team is 9-4, and the women's team sits at 8-4. And that's your Missouri Valley Sports Wrap for this week.
Thanks, Cooper. And that's KMVC News for this week. The final show of the semester is on April 23rd in advance of the Missouri Valley Student Research Symposium and Finals Week. Thanks for watching. I'm Marina Diaz.